So the parallel I make is in my old profession, it was the kids with the severe behavior issues, right? And they were always demonized as the bad kids and this and that. And when you start realizing they don't have the skills, I went to a conference 20 years ago talking about how they are lacking skills and that the real failure is that the adults are not recognizing what skill they are lacking and they're stigmatizing that child. And that is what builds the school to prison pipeline, right? And that was just so shifting for me to recognize that if I come into the interaction with the assumption that you're a bad person and I'm trying to train you on skills, how far do you think I'm going to get, right? If you don't see my humanity and you're asking me to change my, I'm going to go into protective mode. Absolutely. So I think that assumption is so key to actually those people being able to make the behavior change that you're tasking them with, right?
This makes me think of two things. One is actually there's a very age-old theory in economics and development economics that has always loomed on my mind and kind of been a kind of backbone of a lot of the things I've done. It's this notion called the optimizing peasant. So, even not too long before I got into this, so a couple of decades ago, development economics for decades and decades had this very like paternalistic view of like, okay, look at these poor people, they don't know anything, like we got to fix them. It's like the same colonialism in some sense, right?
So
like, oh, they're savages and let's go teach them, how to live like refined human beings and so on. The optimizing peasant basically takes this different notion to the whole study of economics in some sense, which is say, look, economics is the study of behavior. So we can model these things out, whether it's math or statistics, and think about, okay, well, this is what we think a quote unquote rational choice would be in this context. And then to the degree that we find otherwise, that the outcomes aren't what we expect, either by way of the math or by way of, statistics and other settings and so on, we could take two views. One could be like, okay, yeah, these people are fools, and so we need to teach them how to not be fools. Or we could take the view that actually they know better than us what the best choice is for them. So this is what we call a revealed preference. So if this is the best they can do, what is it that's making them make that choice?
What's the constraint we don't understand?
What's the friction? So these are all terms that we use in economics, but like what's the binding constraint? What's the friction? What's the market failure that's making them end up here?
Can we pause for 1 second? I just want to add that I hated economics in university so hard, and you're making me want to become an economist.
I love that.
Throw that in here. This is fascinating stuff. I apologize for interrupting.
No worries. I love that. That makes me happy.